this is a perfect example of willingness to change, right? Let me just find a little person. Uh, all right, cool. So you've got a little person here, right? Let's say, you've got a road here, and this person is, he's running, 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 running. And let's say you've got a road here, like a little crossroad, right? The first time, this man is running. Oh, this man is running, 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 running. He's on his daily run, doing his 5K run, whatever, right? And he just runs across the road. And he's in the middle of the road. Yeah, psh, delete, right? He's been deleted now. So, okay, cool. So, right? So he was running across the road. He didn't look left and right. He just kept running, and then the car just whoosh. Next thing you know, right? RIP. He's gone
Yeah.
now, right? Or he's not okay. Maybe not RIP, but he's in the hospital now. He's broken his leg. He can't run now for another 6 weeks or whatever, right? Cool. Now, same man comes back again to the
Six
same
weeks
road.
later.
Yeah, 6, 7 weeks later, right? And he's running, 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 running. He doesn't look across the road. He doesn't look when he crosses the road. Whoosh. He gets knocked over again, back in hospital for another 6 weeks. Right?
Mm.
That's a low willingness to change. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, the change comes from the next time. So 6 weeks later, right? So 18 weeks later or so, right?
Yeah.
Running, 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 running. He's like, hold on a minute, come to the road. Stop. He now looks left and right, sees a car coming, the car passes, and now he runs. That's change. What's the difference between the two? You've got two different situations. One of them, he did one thing, which was he just ran across the road, right? After the experience that followed, i.e., you got hit by the car,
He
bam. After that, the second time, well, maybe not second time, the third time rather, right?
learned.
He is a he behaved different. So two same, identical scenarios, two different behaviors. That's what changes, bro. Most people, right, when we're looking at the markets, and I don't know, do you mind if I use this on my YouTube video?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Carry
gonna, yeah,
on. Yeah,
yeah, I think this is gonna be a good, what's it called? Good video, right? But what's it called? Like, what most people do, bro, is they'll be on the charts. They'll take a trade. They're like just running across the road, bam, and then they hit stop loss, right? Right? It's the same as the guy that runs across the road, whoosh, he hits stop loss, right? He's in the hospital now. Then this person, because he doesn't journal his trades, he can't learn. Why? Because it's like he doesn't even know the mistake he's making.
exactly.
You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So the next time, he runs across the road, he gets licked down again, back in hospital, but he doesn't sit and reflect. He's in pain in the hospital, his legs up on that little fucking, the thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What's it called, right? So this from now, okay, cool. Same thing. Comes out of the hospital, he's running, 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 whoosh, gets licked down again. Third time in the hospital, right? He's in the hospital again in pain, however many months later, and he's still fucking like he's just there, like, yeah, I got hit by a car. It's only when he gets licked down enough times to the
Multiple
point
times.
where he's in the hospital and he's like, hold on a minute, I've been in this hospital 4 times.
I've been doing the same thing with the same outcome.
Why does this keep
Something,
yeah, why does
something
this
needs
keep
to
yeah,
change.
why does this keep happening? Right?
Mm.
And as he's in the hospital, he's in pain. But what's the difference between the times where he didn't learn and he kept doing it, and the last time where he does? Reflection. He's in pain and he reflects. Shit, I'm in pain right now. My leg is killing me,
What caused it?
right? And he starts reflecting. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
when you practice, when you succeed, you party, but when you fail, you ponder, right? So again, now he's failed crossing the road without getting lit down. He's pondering now. Pondering, 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 pondering. Okay, what did I do to keep like what was a common thing that kept happening every time I got lit down? Hold on a minute. I didn't look left and right before crossing the road. Okay, let's see if it makes a difference next time. 6 weeks later, he comes out of the hospital. He's running, he's running, he's running, he's running, he's running. Hold on a minute, I'm coming to that road again. He stops. Car drives past. And he's like, okay, he gets to the other side of the road and he stops. He's like, hold on a minute. I didn't get run down this time. Why? I looked left and right. Bam, now he's learned. And every time he crosses that road now, he's gonna think twice because he's been in the hospital before. And he realizes, okay, if I don't look left and right, there's a higher chance I'm gonna find myself in hospital again. Now, to you and to most people, that's common sense, right? Most people don't need to look left and right before they get licked down by the car. They just do it because they were taught from early, right? Or maybe it's just common sense, you know? Like, well, I guess common sense is not so common in today's world, but you get the point, right? Now, this instinctually makes sense to people, but when they're trading, it's a lot different. It's like, hold on a minute, stop loss. You know, they hit stop loss. Okay, great. You know, they're in the hospital, quote unquote. They don't ponder. They hit stop loss again. Whoosh, right? They get back into hospital. And it's the same thing over and over again. For years, they don't ponder and think, okay, they don't make an audit or a journal of what's been going on. They just keep going through. And like we say all the time, Bismillah is not a flipping strategy, bro. Do you know what I mean? So you're not going to just Bismillah your way to profitability. It's just not going to happen. Do you get where I'm coming from? So if it's not Bismillah, then there has to be something else, bro. And what is that? Auditing, journaling, taking like taking a what's the word? A record, if you will, of what's going on. What's common within the times I'm losing trades, you know? I'm just rushing into trades. Okay, that could be a thing. So next time, when he's about to take a trade, he's on his phone. Oh my God. He's like, hold on a minute. Wait a second. Yeah, you get it. Yeah. Oh, what's going on? Oh, can I take the buy? Can I take the sell? You know? After some time, he's gonna be about to press the button, and it's like, oh, wait a minute. I've seen this before. How about I wait? Let me zoom out before I take this trade. Oh, wait a minute. I'm buying in supply because we had a distribution up here, for example. And up here, I used to think, oh, hold on a minute. We've got a reaccumulation. When in reality, it's inside of a distribution. And then he gets stopped out usually, but he's like, hold on a minute. I've seen this before. And the next thing you know, he's like, nah, I'm not going to take the trade. I'm not going to take the trade. So he
It's
might have
funny.
lost. Yeah, he might have lost to that same thing 10 times because he wasn't fully aware of what was going on, right?
It's funny, bro, how this all ties back into, like your back testing,
Yeah,
your psychology,
yeah,
etc. Because
yeah,
obviously, like you said, bro, like people be itching, they be going off impulses.
yeah,
So it's definitely something. It always taught it's teachability, the teachability index, and the
mm,
willingness to change and willingness to learn.
yeah,
It all ties back into the four principles of trading, like your
yeah,
technical analysis,
yeah, 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 100%,
economics,
bro. Definitely.
was it called the psychology, and
Yeah.
also journaling.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, bro.
Hmm.
And again, like even with this, bro, like when we actually get down to the mathematical side of the teachability index, right? When we think about it, it's okay, cool. Let's say your willingness to like, bro, everyone's willing to learn. Do you know what I mean? Well, not everyone, but a lot of people are willing to learn. So what's the difference between like the people that are profitable and people that aren't? Because it like, bro, what happens when everybody wants the same thing as you? You have to do something different, you know? So when it comes to your willingness to learn, everyone's willing to learn, you know? Everyone's bought a book at the flipping airport before their flight, or everybody's put their hand in their pocket to buy a course or something. Everyone's willing to learn, you know. So let's say willingness to learn is, I don't know, an 8. Or no, let me use my favorite number, a 7, right? So it's a 7. But your willingness to change, it's like every time they learn something, they don't do anything different. They're just like, yeah, I learned now. As if that's going to do anything. Do you know what I mean? If that's the case, why do people read books and their life just nothing happens? Do you know what I mean? You know? So their willingness to learn is a 7. But then if their willingness to actually change based off the information that they're learning is a 0, well then 7 times 0, unfortunately, friend, leaves you with a big fat fucking 0. And
Yeah.
if you have a 0 overall, you're not going to get anywhere. And this is what people struggle with, you know. And I don't even well, I have a slight idea as to why people don't change, but most people they don't understand why they don't change. And a lot of the time, bro, it's discomfort. Change is discomfort because it's like, oh, if I change, I don't know what's gonna happen. Bro, I was literally reading this yesterday, right? I'm reading this book right now. I don't know if you can see on my what's it called? It's called The Laws of Human Nature.
Human nature.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, by Robert
Robert,
Greene.
Robert Greene,
Yeah,
legend.
yeah, exactly, right. And I'm gonna read something to you that I read yesterday. This is literally what I was reading yesterday night, right? Okay, hold on. I literally circled it. Hold on. All right, here we go. All right. Although attitudes come in many varieties and blends, we can generally categorize them as negative and narrow or positive and expansive, right? Those with a negative attitude tend to operate from a basic position of fear towards life. They unconsciously want to limit what they see and experience to give them more control. Bro, do you know how many times I've read that passage yesterday? Night. Literally, last night, I'm going to read it one more time, bro, because it's so important. Although attitudes come in many varieties and blends, we can generally categorize them as negative and narrow or positive and expansive, right? Those with a negative attitude tend to operate from a basic position of fear towards life. They unconsciously want to limit what they see and experience to give them control, right? So they limit what they see and experience because it gives them more control. But because they're living on such a limited thing that they can control, it's like bro, someone will rather live on like 1K a month because they can control it, and they don't have to, or at least I know the tax man's not going to get me. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's fucking stupid, bro. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, like they will limit everything so that it's small enough so that they can see everything and they can control everything. That's the negative attitude. The positive one is where they open up. And again, what the people that are in the negative sphere, why do they do that? Why do they want so much control in that little, do you know what I mean? Like that little, okay, I can see everything. I'm going to live small so I don't get disappointed because they don't want discomfort. And where does discomfort often come from?
Growth,
Uncertainty.
growth as well.
Yeah, yeah, and growth, But with growth comes what? Uncertainty.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
bro, I don't fucking know what's gonna happen next. Every time I take a trade, profitable or not, every single time I take a trade, do you think I know what's gonna happen in the markets?
not
No.
100%.
No. And anyone that tells you, yeah, I know what's happening, is a fucking liar, bro. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean? They don't know what's gonna happen. But what I do know is my plan. So when I'm dealing with uncertainty, what's the best way to deal with uncertainty? Stop dealing with uncertainty and be certain on your plan of action. That's why I rant onto you guys about the plan, the plan, the plan. What do I say? Like all trainings when I do trainings, like actual trainings, not like the calls. Even though I've done a training a little while, so I'm going to organize one of those as well. But when we're doing the training, what I always say, plan, 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 plan. What is our plan? We have such a stringent set of plans. Okay, cool. Price has to come into your point of interest. If it's outside of if you're trading currencies outside of 7 a.m., 7 p.m., it doesn't get traded.
I know.
Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. Well, then that's a sift. Imagine you've got some, I don't know, some sandy water that I'm pouring down in here, right? Okay, cool. If it's not between 7 and 7, we're not trading it. Okay, cool. Fundamentally we have to be bullish, otherwise I'm not buying it. That's another sift. We need when we come into our point of interest, we need to see price starting to show evidence of buyers. What does that look like? An accumulation. If we don't see that, no trade. That's another sift. So by the time the water gets down into the bowl, it's clear water because there's been so many filters in which the sand has to like gets left, but like left, it gets caught in there. By the time you get down to the bottom, bro, it's clear, and clarity is the only way you're going to like be able to be certain on your plan. Because if you're confused about your plan, it's like the deer in headlights. You don't go left, you don't go right. Bro, imagine I'm saying to you, buy this, and someone else telling you, no, no, sell this, bro. And someone else telling you, buy this, and someone's telling you, sell this. You've got four different people telling you four different things. What are you going to do? Nothing. Do you know what I mean? Or you're going to, oh, I don't know, and you're going to do something. Anything that's done in lack of certainty is usually done incorrectly or done unto a poor ability because their mind is being spread between so many different things. Do you get where I'm coming from? You know?
Yeah, man.
So
It's funny, like, that passage that you just read about
yeah,
Robert Greene, that quote.
yeah,
Bro, what my thing is, what is the worst thing that can happen? The
mm,
worst thing that can happen is you still be in the same position.
that is the worst thing. That's the
It's
worst.
the worst thing,
Like,
bro.
bro,
Honestly, that is the worst thing that can happen. So why not
facts,
just
bro.
take a gamble on yourself? Why
Yeah,
not take that action?
yeah,
Why not
facts,
just take
bro.
a risk?
Yeah, facts. Because, bro, people worry about the wrong thing, bro. Oh, what if I spend money and it doesn't work out?
Yeah.
You know? Oh, what if I buy the cinema ticket and the movie's
You'd be
rubbish?
still in the
Like,
same
yeah,
position
yeah,
as you is right now, what you
yeah.
telling me.
Like,
That
bro,
is
I
the
would.
worst outcome.
Yeah, do you see what I'm saying? I'd rather, bro, if I'm gonna get knocked out, I'd rather get knocked out swinging than, all right, I'm just gonna stay here because I know I'm gonna. What's that about? Do you know what I mean? The only thing people should be fearful of, like scared of, is living a horrible life, bro. Do you know what I
That's,
mean? You know, and that horrible life comes from the same mundane. Bro, I was living that life when I was living in Tesco, bro. I knew what my work was every single day. I'm on aisle three. I'm not going to say what. Well, no, I'm going to say what. So Sidcup Tesco. You know, we spoke about this. I mean,
yeah,
Sidcup Tesco. I'm on aisle three, pushing the potato bins, making sure that all the carrots and everything. I knew what my work was every day, so there was no uncertainty. I knew my route to work. I knew that I was wearing the same uniform every day, so I knew what clothes I was wearing. I knew what trainers I was wearing. I was wearing some black and grey Huaraches. Yeah, every day I knew everything
man.
was certain. Yeah, everything was certain. That was some of the most miserable part of my life. Do you get where I'm coming from? Like now, like you now, bro. I don't know what's gonna happen every day. I know what call I've got calls. I've got obviously calls and stuff in the day, but I don't know what I'm gonna trade on Tuesday. I might trade NAS, or I might trade ES, or I might trade GU, you know, because the fundamentals are starting to, obviously with labor stuff and obviously the stuff
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
go into tonight. But
yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna trade. I don't know if the trade's gonna win. I don't know if I'm gonna catch a 1 to 20 on Wednesday. Do you see what I'm saying?
100.
I don't know what my daughter's going to come out with. She wants to go here. It's half term, so now I've got my daughter for the week. I don't know what we're going to do next week, and I like that. Do you see what I'm saying? You know, like where you have uncertainty, oftentimes there's opportunity for growth, and that growth is what makes human beings not happy. Well, yeah, happy for lack of better words. Do you know what I mean? The human brain is happiest when it's working towards something when there's challenge. When it's mundane and you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen, bro. How can you, do you know what I mean? What do they say about a variety? A variety of options. Variety is the spice of life. So if you ain't got no variety because you're doing the same fucking thing every day, that's your life is not spicy, bro. That's
Nope.
like playing in Nando's. You don't want that. Do you get it? You get my point. So what's it called?
Flavor.
Yeah, bro, you need some subtle in there, and people don't have that flavor in their life. That's why they're just miserable. Do you know what I mean? In a lot of cases. So yeah, bro, but that's the teachability index. I feel like this catch up is more of a psychology one, but I feel like, bro, it's the right time for it. Obviously, if there's anything you're struggling with right now, we can get into that.
Yeah,
But yeah, bro, obviously, like again, teachability index. You can be as willing to learn as you want. Like, bro, you can study until you're blue in the face. If nothing changes. Like if two scenarios, this scenario did this, okay, I learned, and then now this scenario I do this. If you are not willing to do that, if you're not able to do that,
yeah.
you're done, bro. Ain't even no point learning trading. You might as well just go and work at McDonald's or go and do something. Do you know what I mean? Like this is why I say, and that's why I said to you earlier.
Cool. It's not for everyone, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Mm,
literally, you said it straight, like, yo, bro, like anyone that trades, it doesn't mean they're all gonna make it.
yeah,
There's
bro.
gonna be more failures. How many percent to make it to trading, bro? Like, is it
Bro, it's like
three, three, two?
three to I think it's I can't remember the exact number now. It's that between 3 and 5% of people consistently are
Make
able to pull profit from the market on a consistent basis. So what happened to the other 95 to 97%?
profit.
Some of them are in their learning stage, some of them gave up. If anyone, bro, if someone gives up, yeah, like everyone do what they want to do, and like that's my thing. But I knew, like, when I was working, I said, bro, like the upside to this thing versus the downside, bro, I have to get it down. I have to. What's the other option? I didn't
Mm,
have no other prospects. I didn't go university, you know. Like, yeah, I could start a business, which I did do, obviously, with the majestic stuff. But it's like at the time was that, bro, that's the only thing that freed me up some time to even start majestic essences. Otherwise, do you know what I mean? It just would have, bro, it would have been dark, bro. It would have been dark. That's the best way I can put it. Do you get what I'm saying? So, yeah, bro, like it's not again. for me, it's just like I said I was going to be a student to this thing. I was going to be diligent. And at that point, I think I told you, bro. I said when I was working, I was miserable. I said, gee, if it's, I'm going to be profitable, or I'm just gonna die, bro. Do you know? I'm gonna die first. One of the two is gonna happen. You know what I mean? Or I become a criminal. I'm joking. That's a joke. That's a joke. But,
No,
but yeah, what's it called? But does that make sense though, my bro? Yeah,
100%, bro.
yeah. So
I've got a question for you, yeah, bro.
yeah, talk to me, man.
Yesterday I went through the chart, yeah.
Yeah,
I want you to I want to mark a chart up again, bro, to
yeah,
kind of see if
yeah,
you
yeah. Let's do it.
learned from my mistake. Is that
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. Let's do it, my bro. Let's do it.
Can I share my screen?